Welcome back, lovers, to the Love Dr. Pamela Smith show. And I'm here with the sexy Lacey J. And we are talking love, sex, and power. So now, on the last segment, we were talking about, Lacey and her, life, starting as, young lady, growing up, making some changes. So now we're going to go into what you talked about you were doing from when you moved from Charlotte to Atlanta. And you talked about the stripper world. Now, first, let me ask you a question. Now, I have never stripped. I tell you, boy, if I had the body you have, I'd have been out there on that. Okay, here's what it is. So now, how you said in the last segment that you were introduced to stripping. So, okay, so if you were just introduced, what reason would you say, let me do this?
What made me want to start?
Yes.
Well, I think it was the environment, and it was Follies, because I had went to other clubs and I was like, yeah, that's cool. But when I went to Follies, it was just a mixed crowd.
Okay.
It was day shift and night shift. It was just like fun.
What do you mean day shift, night shift? That means
no, day shift and night shift. Like there was like a party all day long. It wasn't just like at 3 in.
Oh,
Follies,
wow.
the best time to go. I mean, I don't want to promote them.
Yeah.
But,
So they say the strip club.
Yeah, right.
The popular one I was at.
The one I worked at for 7 years.
Okay.
It's really popular during the day, and so it was just like a different vibe, and it was like a party vibe, a fun vibe, not like such a, a sex slave vibe,
Got you.
So I like that.
Well, in Atlanta, sex slave is high here.
Huge.
And they're doing what they can to really. You gotta watch out. They'll try to lure you in,
right,
and take you to other countries.
Totally.
So,
yes.
have you ever been approached in that sense that you have been almost caught up?
I have.
Oh, wow.
I wouldn't say I was kidnapped.
Okay.
Because I got in the car, on my own terms.
Right. Okay.
But from there, I wasn't, but I was really introduced that way to pimping and hoeing. And I wasn't, like I said, I wouldn't say I was kidnapped, but I was introduced in a way I hate, but I'm glad I was introduced at a young age to what that was, so I never got into,
And then you were able to understand who
I was able to help other girls.
Yes.
And it's a very dangerous situation, but I've done it, and I've had really great outcomes, and I've always wanted to do something around here that I could help even more girls.
Yes. I have a wonderful friend. That's what she do. Her organization talks to women that have been in the world of stripping.
Yeah.
And she talks to them about the other side.
Yeah.
How you can, have a better life. But but you choose it. So when you chose to do that, what was the reason you said, well, let me try it? What was it? Was it the money?
It was definitely the money and just the experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's get real reality raw. What is the possibility that a stripper could was making? Let's just say at that time, what was the you could make being just daily? I guess was this every day or is it 4 days, 5 days? How often did you have to do?
I didn't work a lot. 3 days a week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And actually, I worked on the weekdays, the slow days, because I don't need everybody in there to show me love. I just need 1 or 2 good customers, and I'm out of there.
Right.
But at first it was just kind of fun, and of course it was money, and it was just new. It was new to me because I grew up in the country. I mean, I never knew anything. I would have to drive 3 hours to St. Louis or 3 hours to Nashville. I didn't really grow up in this kind of environment or really even know anything about it.
Right.
So it was just like fun and new and, experiences.
And that's what I talk about, because when you're a beautiful young lady, your opportunities are higher than average young lady.
Yes.
And it is what it is. We're not
going
to put anyone down. It's just that you have more opportunity to go out there and try things, especially the body. So now let's talk about your body. Now, you have one of the most beautiful natural bodies that you let the world know this is natural.
Yeah,
so, hello, this is natural. I don't get it twisted now.
I do promote natural a lot because a lot of people mistake for me having a fake booty.
Okay.
And so I'm always screaming, no, because
Okay.
just imagine if I like enhanced a few things, you
Yeah.
know, I would, because a lot of people put me down. Well, you have this and you have that, or you don't have this. Well, I'm natural, so it
Right.
is what it is.
Okay,
You know,
well, you
I
know
work
they
with
said-
what I work with.
See, here's why. Because they said there's pills out there. They're saying that you can just go get the surgery.
Oh,
You
yeah.
got these outstanding plastic
Oh,
surgeons.
yeah.
They're saying there's so many ways
Yeah.
to get a butt to look natural. So
Oh, right.
that's probably
Yeah.
why they're fighting you. Well,
Oh, but
know.
if you knew any better, you would know that mine is 100% natural. But some people don't know any better. They don't know the
Right.
difference, and so.
Well, if they really pay attention, if your legs are very skinny, because the body, if it's natural, it's gonna shape a certain way. And
Right.
people have to really pay attention.
Right, mine's like a heart shape. It's a
Correct.
drop. Mine's
That's
a
the way
drop
that's
though.
the
Mine's
way
not up and
up.
lifted and
Yeah.
perfect and rounded. Like what? How does that? That's what fake is. Perfect is fake.
Yeah.
You know, mine is definitely a drop. I definitely have lots of cellulite. I definitely it definitely fits my body though. I
Yes.
feel like it definitely goes hand in hand
Yes.
with my structure. You know,
Oh, yeah.
I don't think it's too big or too small. I think it's literally perfect for my size.
Right, I agree because I get that same problem. You know,
Yes.
my own family thought it wasn't mine,
Wow,
but I
well,
was like,
see,
okay,
It
then.
runs in my family, so they did. That you see my mama, you know it's mine. Actually, someone had messaged me the other day and said, "I seen your mom in dollar store. I see where you get it from." I'm like, oh my god, how'd you know it was my mom?
Right.
He said, "Could you post her all the time?" I'm like, okay. that makes
Okay,
sense.
so that, so,
But I definitely get it from my mother's side of the family.
okay, so that's a good thing. So
yes.
so being that do you feel that having that kind of tension helps you or harm you?
Well, my mom says it's what does she say? It's like a blessing and a curse.
Yeah.
I
get that all
it's
the time.
definitely been a blessing in my life.
Yes,
I have
yes.
just been able to meet so many people and learn so many things and experience so many things
Yes.
because of what I look like. It's
So let's talk
crazy.
about that. Being that you say that, have you met a lot of men of wealth?
I have.
And so I want to come back, because I want to talk about that. I want to come back and talk about that. I want to talk about that type of power because
Yes.
your body has that type of power.
That's right.
And being that, and that's something that I didn't know I had that kind of power, you know?
Wow.
And so the body of a woman who looks as sultry and sexy as you has a lot of power.
Totally.
And being that power brings about your meeting men of wealth,
Yes.
you meeting men that want to do a lot for you, you meeting
Yes.
men that want to take you away from the rest of the men.
All right.
So they're like, wait a minute, hold on, I need you for myself. I don't need you with somebody else.
Right.
And you know, but before we get there, we're gonna come back on a segment and talk about that because I want to talk about the men of wealth that you talk about. But I want to quick talk to you first before we go there. What it's about the stripping. Do you think that most girls that get involved in stripping, because I think people have a misconception. Do you think they actually have sex with a lot of men?
No, totally not.
Okay. I think
No.
men
Opposite.
believe
We are sick of men. We
Okay.
hate men. If y'all ain't giving us no money, we hate y'all. That's just the stripper mentality, though. When you're having to deal with men on a daily basis, and
Yeah.
not just one, you're having to deal with
Multiple.
multiple and multiple colors, multiple.
Yes. All
you
kinds
know,
of race, all kind of height and size.
Yeah, and poor and rich, and
Yes.
just
Yes.
all the above. We're not. That's our job. That doesn't define who we are. Totally.
See,
so.
men, are you listening? Because what happens is
Oh no.
men
yeah.
have this misconception that when women are up there dancing, they're not a
It's
woman.
a job.
that they-
I'm acting. It's an acting job.
Get it, guys.
You
She
I
says
don't
it's
like
acting,
you.
and it's just a job.
Right. It's
No one
it's
ever
acting.
said that, Lacey.
It's
You're the first
acting.
person said that. That being a stripper is acting.
It is.
Okay, and
no
so-
doubt it's acting.
Oh, wow.
You need to go, hi, how you doing? You think I really give a fuck about your day?
Yeah,
No, I don't. I'm not interested in you.
Right. Well, some people say they come there, they want you to have a conversation with them, and
Oh.
that's one of the ones that they pay for that. So you're
Yeah.
not actually having sex.
Oh, no. Yeah.
So now you hear it, and you've gotten it from one of the most sexy and sultry, beautiful young ladies here. in Atlanta, Georgia, that
Yes.
was involved in the stripper world, and she says most, and you're saying at least 80-90% of the women do not have sex with the men that because it's a job. It's a job.
That's how you lose the customer. If you have sex with them.
They'll-
If you give them what they want, what they gonna come back
and
for?
pay for it.
Makes no sense to me.
No whatsoever. That's a
Right.
good way to put that. Then when we come back, we're going to talk about power, the wealth that you get in being in that world, but yet what you're doing now as far as what you can, young ladies can do to how to use your power to get what you want, how, and what you experience dealing with men and wealth and what happens in that lifestyle. So when we come back, we'll be right back, and we're going to talk again here with Lacey J about love, sex, and power on the Love Dr. Pamela Smith Show. We'll be back.